top of the is from top of the dress form the tape and maybe few inches, 3-4 inches below kind of upper hip, somewhere here. And then it's because we have back and front, so it should be kind of almost, if you can make it in half, but if it's a full sleeve from center back, if you measure from center back to the end of this arm, so something like this. So that would be one, the width we need. So you may need 2 lengths. Kimono, Western kimono that is notorious how much fabric it requires. So I'm just going to fold the center. Fold the center so I have a clean center front line where I started. So a little bit further from, make sure your fabric extends a couple of inches past the shoulder when you get started, and pin center front kind of not tightly but moderately there, and then cut the neckline so you have a clean, clear smooth neckline first. So this is kind of like we always start. Cut the heap away and then pin neckline ready. By slashing and smoothing the fabric in. So here's the front and the shoulder and the neckline, and then kind of raise the arm a little bit so that it's not too high, not too low, and not a little bit below 90-degree angle. A little bit, if this is 90-degree angle to the body, then lower it a little bit and pin it to the arm. So this one is what we are starting with. So you can also add black tape right here in the middle of, I didn't put it, but it may be helpful to have. Yeah, so if this is the shoulder seam, it seems to be a little bit tight here, so I just release it. So could be helpful to have black twill tape right in the center of the arm. So pin it, black twill tape, or you kind of see where the shoulder continues right in the middle of this arm. So, and here's the shoulder shoulder point. Okay. Now I might be able to cut it to the, yeah, this one it was a little bit too long fabric piece. So here would be the dart. We often have waist dart, front waist dart, and to make it closer fitting, so here would be the princess line and slashing it to waistline. And if this one is the side seam, something like this. This becomes like a regular basic bodice dart. Fairly extensive for as it is. Drink some water. So here, dart, don't overdo it. It doesn't have to be awfully big, but somewhat. So what would naturally come as a dart. Don't make it overly too big, but it could be fairly substantial though. So here's the dart, and then slash go towards side seam. And then somehow we need to indicate what the underarm seam would be right here. So if this one is the side seam area here, so this one, here's the dart, there's the dart, side seam, and now take a pencil or some kind of, yeah, indicate somehow what this round shape underneath would be. So here's the sleeve, somewhere there, and this here's a first couple of inches rubbing on the side seam. Here's the beginning of the side seam, and then make this round, and we can cut the excess fabric. Hopefully it's enough for the back. So and how wide this could be, make the wrist line should be about 9 inches for the basic wrist line, about 9 inches. So front would be 4.5 and back 4.5. So somewhere here. And this one in 90-degree angle, kind of, we can have it more accurately on the tabletop. So here it is. So we don't make it too tight here. So keep it loose, maybe 4.5. And the other side should end on underneath the arm on here. So don't make it tight on the sleeve.
It's the same, no? Front and back same.
Okay, so now I'm kind of ready to refine it and mark it and take it to the table for throwing. So show neckline. Here's the neckline point. It could be a little bit lower neckline.
Tina, is it a pleat or a dart?
Well, this is gonna be dart. This is just a marking for it. And I will throw it and then pin the dart right in the mark, also a cross mark right on the shoulder. This will be a notch marking. And then right in the middle of the arm, continuously. So if this is the middle of the arm, and mark what would be the wrist. Somewhere here could be the wrist line, and then waist and cross marks on the dart. Don't make it too tight. Kimono is kind of a softly loose garment. It shouldn't be too tight. Okay, and now I'm just going to take it to the tabletop to finish the front and see what happens. And mark the bust point as well, so we can indicate the dart more accurately.
Tina, how big is the dart? How much?
It doesn't have to be as big as basic bodice has. Doesn't have to be. If it ends up that way, I think that may be okay. But